15 powerful speech openings, part 1. Powerful speech opening lines set the tone and the mood of your speech. It's what grips the audience to want to know more about the rest of your talk. You either pass or fail at this beginning. The first few seconds are critical. It's when you have maximum attention because they're trying to figure out who you are and whether they want to listen to you. It's something that you must focus on. Thank you or good motoring are waste of speech. There's much more you can do for powerful speech openings. To help you with this, I've compiled a list of some of the best speech openings of various speakers and how they have riveted the audience at the very beginning of their presentations. So speaker with a great system is Rick Elias. He's got a system that involves the power of imagination. Whoops. Watch this piece.
So imagine a big explosion as you climb through 3,000 feet. Imagine a plane full of smoke. Imagine an engine going clack, 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 clack. Sounds scary. Well, I had a unique seat that day. I was sitting in 1D. I was the only one who could talk to the flight attendants.
The power of imagination. Putting your audience in the state of imagination can work extremely well to captivate and hook them for the remainder of your talk. It really helps to bring your audience in a certain mood and preps them for about what's next. What's next? Speakers have used this highly effective transporting their audience into an imaginary land to prove their point. When Rick Elias opened his speech, the detail he used, 3,000 feet, sound of the engine going click, clack, clack, made me feel that I was in the plane also. He was trying to make the audience experience what he was feeling while he was on the plane. When using imagination opening speeches, imagination in your opening speeches, we want the audience to wander in their imagination. Wander off into what you want them to experience. Detail is important, very important. And use this technique when you are taking your audience on this journey of imagination. Number 2 comes from my former president. His name is Barack Obama, in case you didn't know. And then he shares a similar style to another speaker named Seth MacFarlane. What do they share in common? I'm going to share with you now. It's where people respond very well. It's called humor. Humor. So Barack Obama, President Barack Obama, and Seth MacFarlane.
You can't say it, but you know it's true.
Well, I tell you, there's nowhere I'd rather be on a day like this than around all this electrical equipment.
When you use humor in a manner that suits your personality, it can set you up for a great speech. Now, why? Because it gets a laugh in the first 30 seconds. It's a slippery slope because you have to be very good and gifted at humor. And when they like you, they are much more inclined to listen to you and pay attention to what you have to say and believe in your ideas. President Obama, effortlessly uses his opening line in order to grip the audience. He brilliantly used the setting, the context of Trump becoming president, and said a line that completely matched his style of speaking. Saying a joke without really saying a joke and getting people to laugh requires you to be completely comfortable in your own skin. And that's not easy for many people. It takes an advanced speaker, someone that is really good. If the joke doesn't land as expected, it could lead to a rocky start. Speaker number 4, I have to look at help here because his name is a little bit unique. Mohammed, Qathatani, and Darren Tay. What they do, which I'm a big fan of in speaking, huge fan of this because this is what I teach in my speaking mastery programs, is they are both former world champions of public speaking in the Toastmasters arena. Toastmasters, 7-minute speech, but they both use effectively, and I'm a big fan of this, as a matter of fact I wrote a book on it, using props as openers and as part of the physical metaphors to engage an audience.
What? Oh, you all think smoking kills? Let me tell you something.
Hey loser, how do you like your new school uniform? I think it looks great on you.
The key word here is unusual. To grip the audience's attention at the beginning of the speech, the prop being used should be something that the audience would never expect. No one ever expected a cigarette from the Toastmasters speaker. And common is boring. Mohammed Khatani and Darren Tay did superbly using props, both world-class speakers from Toastmasters. Khatani pulled out a cigarette and lit one. Darren came out in a pair of underwear, a conservative country of Singapore. The audience can't help but be gripped by what the speaker will do next. What is this crazy speaker doing? And it's a great way to open any presentation. I love props so much that I'm sharing my favorite prop with you today. It is a guaranteed crowd pleaser because it's got sound, orange lips. It's a rubber chicken. I've used this all over the world. I've used it on live television interviews. The cameramen were laughing. That's the beauty of a prop. It transfers any possible fear that the speaker might be feeling into this, and everybody is vicariously experiencing the use of the prop with the speaker. You're combining fun, humor, and a prop as a metaphor, a valuable technique that can enhance anyone's presentation and allow them to connect so effectively with an audience. Opener number 6 from none other than Simon Sinek and Julian Treasure, both well-known speakers who use, what do they use in order to provoke interest out of the crowd right in the beginning? Questions. Questions. It's a great, have you ever wondered? Have you thought of? Can you see this? It's a great provoking because it makes people think.
How do you explain when things don't go as we assume? Or better, how do you explain when others are able to achieve things that seem to defy all of the assumptions?
The human voice. It's the instrument we all play. It's the most powerful sound in the world, probably. It's the only one that can start a war or say, I love you. And yet many people have the experience that when they speak, people don't listen to them. Why is that? How can we speak powerfully to make change in the world?
Starting off with a question is the simplest way to start your speech in a manner that immediately engages the audience. It's much like writing copy. But we should also keep our questions compelling as opposed to something that is fairly obvious. Hey, did you know the sky was blue? No kidding. Many speakers start their speeches with questions like, how many of you want to be successful? No one is going to say no to that. Simon Sinek and Julian Treasure were masterful in using questions in the manner that made the audience think and make them curious about what the answer to that question is. For example, when Julian Treasure did even better was use a few statements which built up to his question. This made the question even more compelling and set the theme for what the rest of the speech would be about. So think of what question you can ask in your speech that will, 1, set the theme for the remainder of your speech. Number 2, not be something that is fairly obvious. Number 3, be compelling enough so that the audience will actually want to know what the answer to that question will be. These 7 techniques will ensure success for you when you open your next presentation. You want to learn more? We've got another great group of speeches and openings that will help you elevate and enhance the engagement with your audience. We'll see you in the next video.